just how quickly we're seeing this market get worse. It was the worst day for Wall Street since 1987. In leadership, we're offered policies and technology that are good for the environment. This comes from BlackRock over and over again. They say that gun makers should do more to protect American lives, which seems like a step in the right direction. Companies said they would make things safer, but so far, working with authoritarian states has done the same thing. We are giving BlackRock money without knowing it, and we have made it our duty to help lower that over time. Putting out its numbers this morning. About 1.2% of shares are down. But what it's all about is our ideals. About that company, but it looks like. Are you interested in making money without doing anything by selling automatically on Bybit? I'd like to share something interesting with you that's free. You don't even have to sit in front of your computer all day to follow my trades. Just click on the link below. You can also see how much money I make every month from trading by clicking the link in the description. Making money at your own pace is what it's all about. Look it over. People in the XRP community have long thought that the new financial system will be put in place through a major cyber attack that forces institutions to switch to it. Strangely, there is a big rise in hacking right now that are going after some of the biggest companies in the world. We just got an interview from a bank that uses Ripple, so I'd like to talk about what this means for XRP and Ripple. Another thing he talks about is how he joined the network to keep his savings safe from the SWIFT system. In this video, I'm going to talk about whether or not Ripple and XRP can really stop the hacks that are happening all over the world right now. Stay for the whole thing because you won't want to miss anything. At the end of the movie, we'll also talk about a recent chat we did with Brad Garlinghouse. So, make sure you stay for that. As I said at the beginning of the movie, there are a lot of cyber attacks going on right now all over the world. In addition, these are not small hacks. We saw earlier today that a major hack was made into the Federal Reserve security system, which shut down the whole system. In addition, we saw a hack attempt on one of China's largest tables. It also looks like this hack brought down the whole treasury market. People who watch the treasury market know that it is the most important market in the world right now, so this is really crazy. So, all of these rumors in the XRP community about cyberwar taking down the whole financial system are very scary. It's possible that cyber attackers or criminals could bring down the whole treasury market. If they can shut down one of the world's biggest markets, that very well could be the case. It is very important to understand that the standard financial system is based on very old technology. They don't give them to us because they don't want to scare people, even though every day around the world there are probably a lot more hacks than we hear about. Since our current banking system is built on very old data, it is very easy for fraudsters to take advantage of it. So, I think cyberwar is on the rise, as more advanced technologies like artificial intelligence are made available to thieves and can quickly bring these systems down. As I already said, these crooks can get to technology a lot faster than big businesses can. All of these steps must be taken by big businesses in order to change and update information. All of these official tests must be taken by them. They have to go through all of these separate steps to teach their staff how to use the new tools. A lot of permissions from government agencies must be gained in order to improve and run the systems. Bad guys online, on the other hand, don't care. The small businesses don't have to follow the rules that big businesses do. They can make a new virus or tool that targets these computers and use it right away. Because of this, they're always ahead. Additionally, I think that the rise of AI is what's making these hackers really move forward and attack these big companies. So, what I'm going to talk about next is a kind of shift to the fact that XRP and Ripple can fix this. Is XRP really able to fix this problem with the way our current banking system works? And yes, I think the answer to that is. That being said, I want to quickly show you that organizations already know this before we go any further. In fact, the CDO of CIMB Bank is talking about this very subject right now. This is true, SWIFT is now the most popular network for payments. However, the world we are entering is very different from the past, so we need to make sure there are other options as well. For a very long time, our banking system was very safe. The crooks didn't need many tools to get in and shut down the system. But that is quickly changing. You are about to learn why it is more important than ever to use a variety of strategies and not rely too much on just one. Pay attention to this. As a marketer, I divide my clients into groups to protect myself. Is that right? From what I can tell, you are using the most current version of the Swift network. This is likely to keep happening for a while. But you do have the younger networks, like Ripple and others, right? It's pretty interesting, and since I don't need to say anything else, I'll just leave it at that. But he tells you right away that you need to balance. Make sure you are connected to a number of different networks. It didn't always happen that way. Just by saying that, though, that one sentence has completely changed how the old world worked. You were good to go once you were on Swift. All the things you needed were there. But in the world we are entering, all of these systems are much less stable. Because of this, you need to make sure you give your customers more choices. I also find it interesting that whenever these Swift systems are talked about, Ripple and XRP are almost always brought up whenever a new system or competitor to Swift is talked about. As of now, it looks like XRP and Ripple are the most likely competitors to a system like Swift. Moreover, we are aware that it is much better. Swift doesn't offer a way to settle. In that way, Swift will never be able to match what XRP does for the Ripple network. Now, let's talk about the question of whether XRP really did have an effect on these cyber attacks. I am sure that it does, too. In the end, the main issue with the current structure of the banking system is that it is too centralized. To bring down a whole system, you only need to find one weak spot, break in, and use it to your advantage. When one part of the structure breaks, the whole thing falls apart. It looks like a bunch of Jengas. You might be able to poke a few places, but nothing happens. But if you poke the right spot, you can make the whole thing fall apart. This isn't possible with cryptocurrencies because their design is distributed and decentralized. The XRP network will not fall apart, and that is something that can't be taken down. That could have been done by now if it were possible. Then you can understand why Bitcoin has been around for so long. That's the reason XRP has been around for so long. Because these networks are spread out and not organized. They last a very long time. Think about how easy it would be for hackers to target just one weak spot in the Swift network. All they need to do is focus all of their attention on one thing. That's why it's not hard for them. But you need to pay attention to the hundreds of validators that is 10 times harder to do than what is being done now. So, as I said at the beginning of the movie, they need to update these systems so that they work faster and better. They also offer security that our current banking system doesn't. The machinery that our banking system uses now is very old and broken. Hackers now have stronger tools than ever before to get into these networks and seriously damage them in ways that have never been seen before. As a fix, the system needs to be brought up to date. The goal is to build our financial system on brand new, cutting-edge tracks that these crooks can't damage with a single hit.